welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's practice is kind of an impromptu practice. I was feeling really crampy and achy, but felt like I needed to move my body. So today's practice will be a relatively quick one. So if you feel like achy and cramps and maybe back pain, this will be a really good practice for you. So I am going to use a blanket, a bolster, and 2 blocks. If you don't have those things, it's fine. You can still do the practice without it. I just feel like, especially this time of the month, you kind of want a little more comfort. So those things will give you a little more comfort. So yeah, we'll jump right in. So we'll start kneeling today. So just bringing your seat to your heels and bringing your hands to your thighs and just gently rubbing the hands up and down the thighs. For no particular reason, it just feels good and it's really soothing. So just gently moving the hands back and forward on your thighs. And just taking a moment to settle into this practice. And I know sometimes, especially this time of the month, it's important to just be with your body and be present. I know sometimes I get really spacey and just really anxious, thinking too much about the past and too much about the future. I just get really, I don't know, like reflective around this time of the month. So just taking the time to be present. And just go ahead and bring the knees wide, bringing the big toes to touch. We're moving into child's pose. So if you don't have a bolster and blankets, you can just take a regular child's pose. If you do, I recommend stacking a blanket on top of the bolster if you have one, and bringing the knees wide, and then just bringing the bolster in between the knees. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head, and on the exhale, just fold forward, bringing one side of the face. Oh, I might have to take my mic off. Bringing one side of your face to the blanket and or bolster. And just taking a minute to just fold into your own body. And allowing the bolster or the blanket or the earth, if you don't have either, to support you. And just breathe deeply here. This is a really comfortable position, so if you'd like to stay here a little longer, feel free to pause the video and stay here as long as you like. I know I could stay here forever. Otherwise, go ahead and gently lift yourself back up. Press into your palms, coming back up to sit. And find your way to a comfortable cross-legged seat. I'll put this back on. And you can stay facing the front of your mat. I'm just gonna face you. And bring both palms to your knees and just begin to make small circles with your torso. And go in the opposite direction. come back to a neutral seat. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head, lift the chin, lift the chest. Exhale, bring the palms to the earth and just begin to slightly walk the palms forward for a very gentle forward fold, making sure to keep the spine straight. And maybe your palms are flat on the earth, maybe you come to fingertips. Find whatever comes intuitively to you, especially this time of the month. You just want to find whatever comes natural to you. Maybe you even come to your forearms. Just find whatever feels good for you right now. And breathe deeply here. On your next inhale, begin to walk your hands back toward your body, coming upright. Inhale, lengthen, and bring the left palm to the right knee. Bring the right hand behind the right seat. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale for a gentle twist. On your next exhale, come back to center and we'll do the other side. This time bringing the right palm to the left knee and the left hand behind the left seat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist gently to the left. Exhale, return back to center. This time we'll do a gentle side stretch. Bring the right hand to the outer right hip. Inhale, the left arm up toward the sky. Exhale, bend gently over toward the right, keeping the length that we created in our side. Maybe sending the gaze up toward the sky, maybe looking straight forward, whatever feels more comfortable to you. Inhale, coming back to center, we'll do the other side. This time, inhale the right arm up toward the sky. Exhale, bend toward the left. Making sure to keep the length that we created in our side. Inhale, coming back up to center. Inhale, interlace your hands behind your back at your lower back. Lift the chest, lift through the crown of the head. Gently draw the shoulder blades together. Maybe you keep the interlace at your back, or you lengthen through the arms, straightening the arms, getting more of a stretch in your shoulders. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the chin, and on the exhale, bring that interlace to your right side. And maybe you stay here, or maybe you lower the right ear toward the right shoulder for a gentle neck stretch. Inhale, back to center. We'll do this on the other side. Exhale, bring the interlace to the left side. And again, maybe you stay here, or maybe you draw the left ear toward the left shoulder for a neck stretch. Exhale to release. And we'll find our way to all fours. And we'll do some gentle fluid movements in our spine and cat-cow. Inhale, chin lifts, chest lifts, tailbone lifts, belly softens toward the earth for cow pose. Exhale, press the earth away. Round the spine, draw the chin in toward the chest, coming into cat pose. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest, lift the tailbone, coming into cow pose. Exhale, press the earth away. Round the spine, draw the chin in toward the chest for cat pose. And go ahead and take a few more movements of cat and cow at your own pace, making sure to sync each breath with movement. And find your way back to a neutral spine. And maybe you start to make big circles with your body. Again, just move however feels intuitive to you. Do whatever you think your body needs right now. If you're doing the big circles, start going in the other direction. Come back to a neutral tabletop position, and maybe you start to make circles with your hips. Sometimes it feels good just to move fluidly and go in the opposite direction. Coming back to a neutral tabletop position. Walk the knees back slightly, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back for downward facing dog. And we won't be here long. We just want to get here so we can get good alignment in our lizard pose. So inhale the right arm, the right leg up toward the sky. You don't have to lift it that high. Exhale, bring the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Lower the left knee and left top of the leg to the earth, coming into lizard pose. And if this feels okay, maybe you stay here on hands or fingertips. You can also bring your forearms to the earth. If you have blocks, you can also, I'm actually gonna bring my forearms to blocks just so I can settle into this a little more. Making sure to keep the belly pulled in and the chest lifted and the knee drawn in toward your body, the right knee drawn in toward your body. I feel like, especially during this time, hip openers just give me like a little extra space in my hip and pelvis area, so they feel really good. And just take a moment to just settle in. Sending breath to anywhere that needs it the most. Inhale, come back upright. Move the blocks out of the way if you chose to use blocks. And find your way back to a downward facing dog. And we'll do the other side. Inhale the left leg up and back. It doesn't need to be that high. Exhale and step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, releasing the right knee and the right top of the leg to the earth. And just as you did on the other side, find what's comfortable. Maybe you stay up on fingertips or up on your hands, or maybe you bring your forearms to the mat or to blocks. Find whatever feels good to you right now. Just continue pulling the lower belly in, lifting the chest, drawing the left knee in toward your body. And don't forget to breathe. Making sure not to collapse into the shoulders. On your next inhale, come back upright, moving the blocks out of the way if you chose to use blocks. And find your way back to a downward facing dog. We'll move into pigeon pose. Inhale the right leg up toward the sky. Exhale, bring the right knee behind the right wrist, releasing the top of the left leg to the floor. And again, if you have a bolster or a blanket, just as we did in the child's pose, you can bring that in front of you. Inhale, lengthen. Make sure your hips are squared toward the front. You can take a quick look back to make sure the left leg isn't splaying out and it's directly behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Oh, take my mic off. Bringing the left side of the face to the bolster or blanket. And relax into this hip opener, allowing the bolster or blanket or the earth to support you. On your next inhale, begin to walk your torso back upright. Oh, put my mic back on. And just move this out the way briefly. Tuck the left toes. Lift the hips up and back, coming into down dog, just quickly. And then we'll do the other side. Inhale the left leg up toward the sky. Exhale the left knee behind the left wrist, releasing the top of the right leg to the earth. Square the hips toward the front. Take a quick look back. Make sure the right leg isn't splaying out. And then you can go ahead and grab your blanket or bolster again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold over your bolster or blanket. This time, bring the right side of the face to the bolster. And just breathe deeply here. On your next inhale, begin to walk yourself back upright. Move your props out of the way. And find your way to a comfortable seat. We'll actually do a gentle forward fold, so extend the legs long in front of you. And this won't be a very deep forward fold. We didn't do a ton of hamstring opening, so we'll keep this gentle. So just pull the lower belly in, lift the chest, spine is long, lengthen through the crown of the head. Inhale the arms up toward the sky. Exhale, begin to hinge forward from the hips, coming into a very gentle forward fold. You can bring your hands to your shins. You can bring hands to either side of your legs. Like I said, we just want to keep this gentle. We just want the benefits of a forward fold. Forward folds are really good right now because they gently increase abdominal pressure, sending blood to your uterus, and it's a gentle massaging effect almost. So we don't have to go too deep for it. And you can even bend your knees if you'd like. You can bend the knees if that makes it a little more comfortable. Just making sure to keep a straight spine wherever you are. And breathe deeply, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Exhale, go ahead and release, sending the legs long. Bend the right knee, bringing the right sole of the foot to the outer left knee. You can either keep the left leg long, or you can bend the knee, bringing the left foot to the right seat. Inhale, the left arm up toward the sky. Pull the lower belly in, lift the chest, and on the exhale, twist to the right, bringing the left elbow to the outer right thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist a little deeper to the right. If it's comfortable, maybe you send your gaze over your right shoulder. Exhale to release, and we'll do a counter twist to the left. Bring the legs long again, and we'll do the other side. This time bending the left knee, bringing the left sole of the foot to the outer right knee. You can keep the right leg long or bend the right knee, bringing the right foot to the left seat. Inhale the right arm up to the sky this time. Pull the lower belly in, lift the chest. And on the exhale, bring the right elbow to the outer left thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Maybe sending your gaze over your left shoulder. And twists feel really good, especially if you're anything like me and you get really bad back pain. Exhale to release, coming into a counter twist on the right. Find your way to Baddha Konasana or bound ankle pose, bringing the soles of the feet to touch. Inhale, pull the lower belly in, lengthen through the crown of the head, extending the spine long. Maybe you find stillness here, or maybe you make small circles with the torso. Whatever feels intuitive to you. And switch and going in the opposite direction. Back to a neutral seat. We'll take one last forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head, extend the spine long. Exhale, begin to gently hinge forward at the hips, just folding forward. Doesn't have to be very deep. Maybe you have to adjust your seat, moving your seat back some. Fold forward, just making sure to keep a long spine. On your next inhale, come back upright, and keeping the soles of the feet touching, we'll find our way to a Supta Baddha Konasana. You might have to move forward a bit. And if it might be a little bit much on your hips, so you can, if you have blocks, you can bring your blocks or blanket or pillows just to see what you might need when you get down. But go ahead and gently bring your back to the mat. And as I mentioned, if this is too much for your hips, you can bring those blocks and place them under each knee. And it just gives you a little more support while getting this gentle hip opening. And just do whatever feels natural for you for your hands. Maybe you bring them to your hip creases. Maybe you bring your hands to your belly. Maybe you bring one hand to your belly and the other hand to your heart. Just find whatever feels good to you right now. And sometimes our bodies, we feel pain and cramps and aches. And it's really easy to not be so happy with our bodies in the moment. But our bodies are amazing. They really do a lot. And just its natural processes are incredible. So just take a moment to thank your body for sustaining you and for being healthy and for supporting you and for being a vessel that holds your soul. And if you'd like to just stay here, you are more than welcome to. If you want to move into Shavasana, you can move the blocks out of the way if you use blocks. If not, you can just send the legs long with the legs as wide as your mat, bringing the arms as wide as your mat with the palms facing up. Allow the feet to be heavy and allow your whole body to be heavy. And allow your body to sink into the earth. And just relax and let the earth support you, especially during this time. Relax your forehead. Relax the space between your eyebrows. Relax your jaw. Relax the neck and shoulders. And just allow your body to be heavy. Feel free to pause this video and stay here as long as you'd like. Otherwise, begin to maybe wiggle the fingers and toes. Maybe make circles with your wrists and ankles. Just bringing energy back into your body, waking the body back up. Bend the knees, bringing the soles of the feet to the earth, rolling over to the right side. Letting our bodies know that we've reached the end of this practice. Drawing the knees in toward the chest. Begin to gently bring yourself upright, coming into a comfortable cross-legged seat. We can bring our palms to touch at heart center for Anjali Mudra. We'll take one more cleansing breath before we end this practice. Inhale through the nose. Exhale fully through the mouth. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking this time for yourself and taking this time to honor your body. And thank you for allowing me to lead you through this practice. If you enjoyed this practice, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me immensely. If you have a friend that you think might enjoy this practice or enjoy this channel, please share it with them. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day wherever you are. And I hope to see you again next time. Bye.